Hey guys, we're back. Week 6, it looks like. We're playing the Cardinals this week, and as you guys can see, I'm highlighting a defensive lineman. Why? Made a trade for him. Kind of messed up. Gave away 4 picks. Oh, 4 picks and a receiver that I don't use. My number 5 receiver, I think. I was like, I traded for one guy, and I was like, yo, I could have done better. What am I doing? So, anyways, Ross will be back next week. Cam Chancellor will be back 2 weeks after that, apparently. So I have my full slate of running backs. I'm still not going to discuss a deal with this guy. I probably won't end up signing him. No one else here, really. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into the game. They're 0-5, so I don't want to say it'll be easy, but I mean, wow, okay. So we're at home against a rated 80 team who's 0-5. If I don't do well here, I'm gonna not be very happy. What is this? Okay. Home win, 250 or less. Fletcher Cox. Yike. I don't like that. He's an up the middle kind of guy. Jordan Reed's a tight end. Hell of a vertical threat. Micah Hyde, a great safety. But he's a cover guy. He can hit. He's a hitter, but he can cover. Stephon Gilmore is going to be on Stephon.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach.
Okay, I'm going to have
we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Sub package. By himself. Alright, let's run it. Leopard! To the weak side, away from Fletcher Cox. Nickel look right away.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the gun on 3rd down. Webb. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Webb completes it to the rookie from North Carolina, Ryan Switzer. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That sounds like a 2-week injury to me.
Let's go! 3-19! Now a first down throw. Webb. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A gain of 6 there on first. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up, and everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one,
get in the... Oh, my...
This is caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Dude. Left side, on the strong side.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
If I don't get it here, I'm not even
the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Oh, my God.
When you can
Seriously?
play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. McCaffrey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a first down throw, Watson.
Are you kidding me?
That one complete to D.D. Westbrook.
Yo, that miss was probably the worst miss
game.
I've ever had.
A really nice
He stopped in front of me. That ran
25 yards.
He stopped in front of me.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. There he goes inside the 30. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete.
Oh, big boy. We'll cover that.
The numbers a week ago for Westbrook. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Speedy linebackers, you're not running.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember we sat in with the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Watson, off play action.
Oh, that was me.
Touchdown,
That was all me.
Jordan Reed, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
Damn it.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Back to the air on second down. Webb. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tough roll that they can fall back on anymore.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. On 1st and 10, Webb. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing again. Webb. He's going deep for Brown. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And this is caught off the deflection. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I don't think what we just saw there was any surprise, because when Christian McCaffrey came out of Stanford, we knew he was a threat running it and catching it. And any way you can get the ball in his hands, you wanted to do so. Personally, I thought he ran the best routes of anyone coming out of his draft class, and that included the wide receivers.
Last year, 80 receptions, also in the return game. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he?
He certainly is. Every which way you want to go, however you want to package him, I do think his running production will increase in 2018.
To throw on second down, here's Webb. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, it's Watson, and Reed with it over the middle. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw on second is Watson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On second and 10, Watson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, and it's third down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And that's incomplete.
Why is my M holding? What did you do to yourself? Save man.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away.
Oh, no.
Back deep, Antonio Brown.
No. Antonio Brown's going to wave this off. I'm not even going to have to touch.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
On first down, it's Webb. He's going to fire one deep.
That's interference, man.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing again on second and 10. Webb over the middle, and it's incomplete. The veteran safety, George Iloka, there to break that one up.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And now another one thrown incomplete. Well, you were just alluding to it. They had the lead. Don't try anything silly. Run the ball, but they opted to throw it incomplete.
And now the punt, as a result, is really compressed, isn't it? So the mechanics have to be perfect. Snap, and he's got to get rid of it fast.
Here's Tressway now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, had to get it out quickly, but it's blocked.
Jesus Christ,
and
you
the
serious?
Cardinals are in. Touchdown.
Oh, my.
And you don't see this one very often, but that one was blocked, deflected, whatever you want to call it, and they were able to pick it up and advance it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And as a punter with the heels of your shoes in the back of that end zone, tough spot to be in. The nightmare scenario plays out.
That is something else.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Absolutely crushed it, I think.
And
go.
Out now come the Vikings.
All right, Davis, let's go take the lead. Julio doesn't have a decent ball, right?
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On first down, Webb. He'll rifle this one deep right. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Webb. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Webb now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, Webb. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
2:25.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at any minute?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And again, it's Chubb. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Now it's Watson. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. This is Chubb. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. From the 50, it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Brett Kern now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Dangerous. If I tried it, you got to stop on the block. And the can't got free runs out there.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarek McKinnon. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 8 yards on the pickup.
Dislocated
some
ankle.
Options on second and short.
He's out for a while.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st and 10, Webb. A dump down to McKinnon. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Webb now. That's caught at the 1. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyler Kroft, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action here on 1st down. Caught on the right side, Reed. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 40. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter.
Down.
Watson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back to the air. Watson on second down. Being chased out left. They find some open field here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time. Watson on fourth down. This is intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Comes Minnesota. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. First quarter, Charles, you... And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And a gamble pays off. They get the first. So what a call there. They get 9 on the fake punt and a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes, it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands. He's able to pick up the first down.
Give him 30 yards there. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Antonio Brown, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving him up.
4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic, but downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
And down inside the 15 he goes. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh, my God.
And a short pickup.
That was a pancake block when I ran into him, so he stood back up.
A gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
Steady diet of all of this.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A.J. Klein. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here, flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And they're still going to go for it on 4th and goal even after the penalty. No sign of the field goal team. On 4th down, Webb. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
1 second.
He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal. Win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house.
Combined rush for 100 yards. It's unfortunate that McCaffrey's out for like another 6 weeks. But Russell Westbrook's back. So we'll move forward. We'll see what it gives us. Upgrades available. Just wait. It's okay. Blind Switzer. Let's see. You're the slot guy. shortness, catching traffic, medium route, and short routes. Davis Webb. Mr. Webb. Drew the B, start being a field general. But Russell's back. Who's this? I'm not gonna know. You have 4 years, you get a contract, that's fine. Oops. You're backup now. Oof, 7 million for a backup. Oof, it's heavy. Yep. Spencer Long, I'm not. Also, Wilson is back. 86 speed. Davis was got 79 speed. Full power throw accuracy, way more accurate. Good. So let's see McCaffrey's injury time. Oh boy. 7 weeks. He's out for the rest of the year, essentially. Cam Chancellor probably will be back like fractured hip. Goodness. God, this little hit angle. Well, that's another win in the books. Thielen isn't on the list, but he was out for most of that game. McKinnon's the guy now. Wait. Special teams. Switch up special teams. Antonio Brown is not a punt returner for me. McKinnon. Oh wait, McKinnon's gonna be there. Yeah, like that. Okay, good. Okay. So next week, looks like we got the 3-3 Jets at MetLife, so in New York. Should be okay. Our team is pretty much all healthy. I mean, McCaffrey, yeah, but how much do I really use my running backs, you know? But yeah, as always, like, subscribe, comment if you got anything else you would like me to see. I got a little bit more time for trades, even though I don't have much to use anymore. I did get started with he made 1 play last game, so a little bit better, I guess. But any changes you want to make, start someone somewhere else, maybe play this guy here, maybe play this guy there. Let me know. So otherwise, we'll see you guys next week for the next.